fear of solo wild camping. It can be quite intimidating. In this episode, I'm going to take you on a little adventure on how to overcome the fear. Do you struggle with the idea of getting out on your own? Do you struggle with the idea of wild camping solo? Do you sit and watch YouTube, watching myself and other YouTubers and think, oh, I wish I could do that? Trust me, you can. You absolutely can. You can conquer that fear of wild camping solo. For those new to the channel, welcome, and for those existing subscribers, welcome back. It's been a little while, and in fairness, it's my first solo wild camp in probably 4 to 5 months. Come to somewhere you know, come to somewhere familiar. Maybe you've been with other people, you've camped before. It just gives you that peace of mind that you know your surroundings and you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. So the one thing I do need to say, I'll warn you, is there's probably going to be quite a bit of talking in this one. So if that's not your thing, that's absolutely fine. But because we're talking about helping others, I'm going to have to converse a little bit. Let's get past this mud. Research and plan. So know where you're going, like I said before, go somewhere you've been before. But maybe watch YouTube videos. Make sure you've got OS maps and you know the lay of the land. You know, for me it's important that I get a sunrise or a sunset. So I use apps to determine where I put the tent will give me the best spots that I can. And ultimately, that's the enjoyment I get out of it. And that helps me relax a bit when I'm on camps. Whew, I'm a little bit out of breath. It's been a while. I've camped there a few times. It's deceptively not flat. So I'm going back to a spot that I know up here, which I know is flatter and actually it affords some better views. So we'll see how we get on up here. This bit up here, I was tempted by there. But might just stick to what I know, which is this decently flat spot right here. So one consideration for sunset and sunrise, the wind or the sunset is just going to be over to just the back here, and sunrise is down towards the coast there, and there is the chance for the aurora borealis, or the northern lights as it's more commonly known. So for me, this spot here facing outwards is probably a little bit better, because not only can I get the view down here, but when I turn this way, you're going to have that, which is exactly what you want for camping. Brilliant. So once you've arrived and picked that spot, it's time to get set up. So get your tent set up, get everything in and get comfortable. Make yourself a cup of tea, just relax. Just enjoy the sounds of nature. As I say, get yourself nice and comfortable and relaxed. Oh. Right, so let's get the stuff in now then. What we've got, pegs, you don't need to go in. Not yet anyway. Decide which side I'm going to sleep on. Which way am I going to lie? I think it's going to have to be this way. That's decently flat, that actually. Quite impressed. Happy with that. So there's another piece of advice as well. Get in, lie down, test it, make sure you're comfortable before you get everything set up. Right, so that's me all set up now. Managed to get sorted. And what I've done is I've made sure I'm comfortable. So for me, when I come, I want a nice warm quilt. I've got this sheet that goes on top of the inflatable pad, which locks the quilt in. Thermarest pillow, and there's actually another pillow that I've slid underneath, and that is a Decathlon pillow. So, my sleep system's all ready. It's now, for me, what I like to do is find some kind of hobby or something you enjoy, a bit of a routine when you come up wild camping. For me, it's photography and videography. For you, it might be a cup of tea and some biscuits. Could be some chocolate, who knows. But find some routine, and that will calm you down. It'll get you into that state of mind, that calm state of mind. And as I say, get a routine. So if you're doing it 3, 4, 5 times, practice makes permanent, doesn't it? You become more and more comfortable the more and more you do it. So get out and do a bit of wild camping. Unbelievable weather. There's not a cloud in the sky, let me show you. Not a cloud in the sky, so I'm going to watch the sun go down, relax, eat Jaffa cakes, I might even get a coffee on, and hopefully no midge come out. Cheers. So there you have it. The sun's starting to go down now, which means the temperatures are going to drop. So make sure you keep warm. I've fallen victim to that a couple of times myself. But make sure you've got enough clothing, enough layers to keep you nice and comfortable, especially on your first one, whilst you get bedded in. And there's nothing better than watching that go down. Unbelievable. Well, there is. Watching it come back up in the morning is pretty cool as well. Got the treats in there. And some Talk Fitness breakfast. Had these a few times. Great stuff. It's for the morning. What have I got in here? Chicken tikka. Get in. Now normally my advice would be don't drink. Alcohol makes you cold. It's a diuretic, so you need the toilet more. But nothing wrong with one, is there? Just having a little drink just to relax. This is my first time out in just under 5 months after injury, so I'm going to savour this. Now for me, this is the tricky part, or for you, this is the tricky part. That sun's going down, it's going to start to get dark, and this is probably the point where you might panic a little bit. You may have a few thoughts where you think, oh my god, it's going to get dark, I don't know how I'm going to feel. That's fine, that's completely normal to think that. What I would suggest is get yourself comfortable. You know, you might want to get warm a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily get tucked up because it's not quite dark yet. Maybe put a little bit of music on, have, you know, a radio, maybe a podcast. I like to listen to podcasts, and just have that play in the background just to kind of settle you down a little bit. So another tip, shall we say, is if you are going to go somewhere, try to go somewhere which isn't as frequented as others, so a little less popular, so that you're not expecting to see other people. And again, familiarise yourself with the location, because in daytime things look absolutely lovely, but at night time some things that are sticking out, a tree, a rock or whatever, could play tricks on your mind. So just so when you get out of the tent, you know exactly what it is. Right, let's head back. I'm going to be having the chicken tikka. This is the boil in the bag. So we need to put it all in here. fill it up with water and give it 6 or 7 minutes in there. Just fine. Should be enough. Just put a tiny bit more in. There you go. And I can use this for a brew afterwards. Let's get this lid. There you go. Let that do its thing. And then just wait for that to boil. Right, so I've had something to eat. I'm now really comfortable. I'm going to be switching into my warm night layer. So I've got some thermals that I put on, a merino wool top, but I may also put my down pants on because it is really actually pretty cold. But I've just been out taking some shots, some night sky shots, and trying to get a bit more footage. But it's just about relaxing now, getting yourself comfortable and then drifting off to sleep. And what I will do is see you in the morning. So it's just gone 6 AM and you've survived your very first night. You've woken up and you can start to see the sunrise. Now for me, it's an early get out as usual. Pitch late, leave early. You know, be very proud that you've done your very first solo camp, and remember, it's about enjoyment. You've got to relax and follow the advice and the tips that I've given you, and that will help. But it's about repetition. So coming out and doing it again and again and again will get you more and more comfortable. Alright, I'll catch you on the next one.